Jingle bell, Batman smells, Robin lay an egg. Batmobile lost a whale and Joker ran away. Hey! Honestly, I'm supposed to be playing Claire Obscure Expedition 33 instead of listening to... Well, at least I'm listening to Gothic Therapy, not listening to this woman in her video.
I think you should. Yeah.
Talking about it, but yes, I will end up doing an expose at some point. But Maria, I want to like, we don't know each other, so I can understand also why you're like asking questions, asking how I react to this.
Yeah,
right?
this is my natural producer way, even just both on a personal level and a professional level. I'll just ask all the questions.
Yeah, I love asking all the questions. I'd be like, "Are you getting mad? Like, are you getting mad because
they're both ugly?"
Tell me they're not stoned.
I can tell you one
Are
thing.
you
They're
getting
both
mad?
ugly.
I'm getting mad. I like asking questions.
I think they're both ugly.
What is
my
this?
opinion.
Am I
Stupid?
wrong?
No. I think all of it's already stupid.
I don't know, folks. Is that person stoned to you? This person?
Start off with a
I just want to
typo.
know. And so, you are a producer. So does that mean you're also a gamer, or are you just like a really good producer who's into?
Oh no, absolutely a gamer. I think gamer first, and that's what led me to.
Wait, really? What did you play, Maria? Tabarich, what did you play? She said she's a gamer. Tell me something, comrade. What did you play?
On the
Maria,
screen.
sweet being boo!
Throw the tomatoes.
That face is me right now watching this.
To searching for games jobs in whatever that was, 2019, 2020-ish. And we know how 2020 was. So it took a little while.
No, I don't think
now
we know. We think it was like yesterday. I think
that
needs to be studied.
It's a black box. Yeah, that's right. 2020 didn't happen. Yeah. No way. But yes, gamer first and foremost. I think like RPGs, Sims, cozy games, getting into
Yes, of course. Of course it is. Like Sims 4. What else?
the horror a little bit. Kind of all games in every game. Sometimes in
My favorite game is all games, guys, and every game, and RPGs. I also like Nintendo.
There is no Star Wars movie. There is only Star Wars.
This is literally what Brie Larson was asked what her favorite Nintendo game was, and it was just, oh, I love Nintendo.
Yeah, from what I remember you telling me, honey, she doesn't actually name any games.
Yeah,
Nope.
We'll get to it.
including sports, like I just like games in general, like capital G games.
What does that mean?
I like capital G games. That makes me special.
What does that
Give me money.
mean? What does the capital G games mean?
What did you play, comrade? Seriously, Maria, what did you play?
Am I wrong that these people are high? I want to make this clear, guys. This was posted by the official Sweet Baby Inc. account, and Kim Belair promoted it on LinkedIn. Also,
LinkedIn?
I'm sorry. If I watched this, I would never want to do business with your company. This is so unprofessional, and we're only a minute in.
Mm-hmm. And this woman is clearly in her pajamas.
I don't know. We'll get to see her little anime thing in the background at some point. You'll see.
Ugh.
And I also like
Right there. Look, in the corner by her shoulder.
Ah, she has a little cupcake squishmallow.
Yeah. Nothing says professional like cupcake squishmallows and Gamnig podcast.
I told you.
Gamnig.
Pajamas. Gamnig. It's so fun to say.
process how things happen, how things work, and I think that was like the perfect combo for me to become a producer in the industry. So
Thank you.
Trust me, you'll thank me.
This was the Bob's Burgers part,
First of all,
right? That was the Bob's Burgers
that
part?
was like the perfect combo for me to become a producer in the industry. So
It doesn't say Gamnig in the top right corner. It says gaming for the culture. But I wish it said Gamnig. It would be funnier. Honestly, this was 15 minutes about them talking about Bob's Burgers for some reason. Video games?
Nope,
Where are video games?
Not a mention.
This is Gaming for the Culture podcast, and they don't talk about video games.
Yeah, okay, how long did I spend? Okay, I started here. I think I started here, right? The 31, 32 minute, I think. And then I'm now at 36. Like what? I'm only 15 minutes, or in this case 5 minutes, into Gothic Therapy's video for Sweet Baby Ink's video like this one. Is that a nose ring? I don't know if Gothic Therapy knows that. That could be a nose ring.
No, guys, it's capital G Gamnigs.
First of all, we're getting
Okay, guys. So let's clarify something. Sweet Baby Inc., every time we bring up the fact that they do more than narrative consulting, they get annoyed and say, no, we only narrative consult. Well, you're about to find out that that's not exactly true, because whether these people are just high and they told us, or they're just dumb, they admit that...
Probably both.
Probably both.
Well, they're going to admit right now exactly what's going on here, because what they're going to talk about is they're going to explain the process about how you apply to have Sweet Baby Inc. make work on your game, but it's not exactly what you'd think it would be.
Okay.
Let us find out.
well, there's so many branches to like this conversation, and I want to touch all of them.
Creepy.
There's so many branches to this conversation, and she wants to touch all of them, guys.
Unbelievable.
That sounded creepy the way she said it. Like,
Yes,
really creepy.
yes,
Am
it
I
did.
wrong?
Creepy.
Am I wrong that it sounded creepy?
I swear to God, how come these kind of idiots still gets hired? I'm glad that investors and every AAA are waking up. If it weren't for Stellar Blade, Blacksmith Wukong, and Expedition 33, the industry would not have woken up to the BS that is surrounding it. Expedition 33's success have forced Square Enix to face the harsh reality turn-based RPG is still alive, and forces them to go back to Japan, where it all began. Remember, if we can convince both Sony PlayStation and Square Enix, we can convince both Koei Tecom, Capcom, and Bandai Namco to go back to Japan and make good games.
But they're on the same timeline, so we're gonna work with it. But like how does that work? Because you don't just work, like, you guys aren't the singular company like making a different game. Like, you're not a Ubisoft, you're not a Red Lynx, like, or Linux. No, it's Lynx. You're not like Red Lynx. Like, you're helping all these other people.
Tell me I'm wrong that they're stoned. These guys are stoned.
Yeah, probably. Look at those eyes.
Look, none of them are making any sense. They're high as a kite.
Higher.
Wow.
People, so you're talking about the process is different. Like,
That's right.
how are you able to meet what
Guys, how are you able
How
to
are you?
meet?
What the?
Did you not hear that? Listen
Yeah,
to
I hear
her.
that. What the fuck? Seriously, what kind of question is this? I don't know why some people still listens to them. This one has a bull nose ring. I don't know if it's a bull nose ring, but it is a nose ring at the end of the day. This is gonna be interesting.
people are asking you, like, how are you able to do, and clients everywhere are the same. They don't know what they're asking for, or they have a misunderstanding, delusions of grandeur, because they're very excited about their product. So how are you able to like communicate, like, not like set expectation, because you can be like, yeah, we can do that. However, this is what it looks like. Like, how are you able to do?
What question did she ask?
I don't even remember.
I don't even know.
I don't.
Ask. How do you like do the thing that like you do, like the game, like you don't work for, like, dude, like I'm stoned.
I swear.
Yeah, that's more or less what I heard too.
Do that, and what are some skills that led up to you doing that?
Yeah, that's got layers.
Onions also have layers.
Layers. Onions have layers. Ogres have layers. We get it. We both have layers. Well, you know what else has layers? Cake. And everybody loves cake.
Yeah.
I wish I was eating cake rather than watching this.
I have a donut.
I wish I was playing Expedition 33.
But I'm saving it for after this so that
Okay,
I can
let's
have
continue.
something to,
Continue forward.
detox on.
Let's continue. We need to make good time on this.
Layers to that one.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different ways I think that we do that, and I'm gonna say we a lot. But I think it kind of goes, the creative part kind of goes hand in hand with the production part. And that's like a larger game development topic, but at least for us at Sweet Baby, you know, the first thing that happens is someone comes to us with a need or a want, right? They're like, okay, well, this is what it is right now. This is what the game looks like. This is where we are in production, you know, like a typical production timeline for a game. And then they're like, this is what we want. And sometimes they're even a step ahead and they're like, this is what we thought we want. We don't actually know what we want. And that's also totally fine. That's kind of normal.
Yeah.
Much professional, much game, Nig.
Mm.
And so after that, it's a lot of asking questions. It's a lot of listening. And it's a lot of like collective thinking. I think
Collective thinking, guys.
So a hive mind?
It's collective thinking.
Or an echo chamber? Seriously, I had to guess this one right here. Why do I get the feeling that both of these people are not gamers? The way they talk, which I'm 100% certain, the way gamers ask questions, that's not it, okay? That's not how gamers ask questions, okay?
Thinking, guys, because you know why? They need more brains than one because they can't work with the one they have. The one that they have, they need more.
A hive mind.
Collective thinking. We are the baby.
at some point we just kind of all get on the same page with whatever the client has in terms of documentation, and then we talk over what the needs were from the client and that what we actually think the needs are, and then sometimes it's we got to mold those two together because we can't just do what we think you need. That's not how that works either. But it's usually like, all right, you have to look at the market, whatever this genre this game exists in already, the context of how this game is being built, what other studios or publishers or developers are involved in the project, and that's kind of where I come in because that's a lot of production conversations, and then the actual creative needs, and then we go in and it's a lot of talking, and it's a lot of thinking and strategizing about.
I don't think they actually think.
This is the producer. She's a producer at Sweet Baby Inc. I'm sorry. Did she say anything that would make you want to hire her?
No.
Nope.
But wait. You think it's weird and gobbledygook enough? She's about to be asked a question that is literally going to open the door and show us exactly what Sweet Baby Inc. does. And by the way, guys, it's exactly what we always said it was.
Okay, before it happens, just in case any of you who keep saying that we're, I don't know, grifters, we should get a job or anything, here, let me give you some dose of reality. In 2018, okay, I worked at a printing shop for nearly 7 years. And nearly 7 years, I've met virtually everybody, okay? Both male and female, and of all race type. I know what they look like. And trust me, working during COVID, or in this case, I think it was called post-COVID. And trust me, when my printing shop was allowed to open, oh, it was a nightmare. I'm not joking, it was. Manpower was short, customers were endless. It was a nightmare.
About what that need is before we start like producing documents or script writing or
you script write. Okay, thanks for letting us know.
Finding a character outline.
Character outline.
So they can't even come and talk to you until they know like an outline.
Okay, so the person said so they can't come to talk to you. Wait, what did you say? Sorry, go ahead.
I said, here it comes.
Okay. So the person just said, so wait, they can't even come to you without an outline, right? Which would make sense considering they are literally, that's what it makes sense, right? You'd think, oh, they come with an outline. Well, not necessarily.
Here we go.
They want, or can they be
so sorry, we create those things. We usually get, like an introduction, and then we talk and absorb first, because usually they already have something. I don't think there's really, it's pretty rare for them to say like, we've got no story, because even if your game's not a narrative game, you've got a world, you've got game mechanics, you've got characters. That's already some story. Where did those things come from? And so that's that's the tasty part for me.
Yeah,
Is like, okay,
yeah.
cool. Tell me more about what you want to convey,
Yeah.
and why and how, and then we get into that together, and then we say, okay, well, based on what you want to convey, these are the ways you could do it, or these are the ways you could do it.
Okay.
And it's an evolving conversation, because that's kind of like the magic, if you will, the arcane science of games is, you know, like gameplay, game design, all of the other disciplines, they got to work together to make sure that the story you're telling is hitting all the points and making the player feel what you want them to feel at any given time. And that's takes time, and it takes a lot of talking, and it takes a lot of like questions and pushback and kind of debating on things.
And while you're doing that, and while they're doing that, guess what? Indie developers, AA, and Eastern video game developers are winning. You're leaving millions upon millions of money on the table for all of them to take. Congratulations, you played yourself.
Then you get into the writing of it all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's really cool.
Writing.
I
Yeah.
asked about the like, what are the prerequisites that they have to have before they come?
So lots of word salad. Now she's going back to asking about the prerequisites, which is going to get clarified a lot more here.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
want to make sense.
You ready?
Yeah.
While I was in Finland, I was like looking into like starting a business, and
Yeah.
they were like, your client should know what they want. And I was like, no, I think that's my job to have the idea. And they were like, well, no, they should have like an idea so that you can build on that idea. So
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah, the more
stressful.
information that you have, and the more you know what you want to do, always the better, I think. Even just outside of like working with clients and working with other studios, you know, I've just come to learn that the more intentional you are, if you've got a direction that you want to go, like let's say, for example, you want to make, I don't know, a love story, or you want to make, you know, a story about a specific type of conflict between one type of character and another type of character. The whys and the hows, and, you know, all of those questions, I think the more you know, even if you don't know if that's the right choice to make, the more you know and the more context you give us, the more we're able to go, okay, well, this is why they want these things. There might be a different way to actually do this or execute on this. And that's kind of our superpower a little bit, because we've been able to kind of come together, have a collective of people at Sweet Baby that have different perspectives, different work experiences, and like all sorts of different skills that can kind of like think about story and how to tell a story in a game differently. And that's something that can be rare, because on some projects it's just one writer, or it's just like a small team of people. And so that's, I think, the need or the benefit of working with us, at least.
So I'm going to pause here.
Yeah, can you translate that, please? Because
Let me translate.
I understood maybe half of what she said.
So I'm going to translate what she said, because it was a bunch of rambling word salad. Basically, what she just said was that you don't even need an outline to come to Sweet Baby Inc. You just have to have an idea. I want to make this game. And then Sweet Baby Inc. makes the outlines and the things for you. That's right. You heard me correctly. You can just have an idea. I want to make a game that that involves a black character that likes to play checkers, right? Okay, so we will write the outline for you, and then we will write the character outline. Think I'm lying? That's exactly what she said. Let's rewind, just in case you need to hear again.
One more time.
And
Hypnotic, another YouTuber, said there are two reasons that plague the entertainment industry, okay? Mismanagement and bad writing, okay? Without writers, okay? I mean, why do you think there is a writer's strike happening right now? The WGA. Listen, without writers, it affects everybody, okay? Not just the movie itself or the TV show, but the production crew, the editing crew. All of them will be affected, because without a good writer or anything, how does a movie or a TV show or a video game can function? Look, yes, there are developers, there are producers, but the core of it is writers, okay? Writers are the core on any movies, TV shows, and video games, okay? Let's not forget that.
It's a lot of
Know what they want. And I was like, no, I think that's my
is hitting all the points and making the player feel what you want them to feel at any given time. And that's takes time, and it takes a lot of talking, and it takes a lot of like questions and pushback and kind of debating on things, and then you get into the writing of it all.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's really cool. I
Yeah.
asked about that, like
Here,
Based
hold
on what you think, I don't
Okay.
think there's really
come and talk to you until they know like an outline. of what
they where I
Right
come in, because that's a lot of production conversations.
Listen again,
and
and you'll
then
hear
the
exactly
actual
what I
creative
said.
needs, and then we go in and it's just a lot of talking, and it's a lot of thinking and strategizing about what that need is before we start like producing documents or script writing or providing a character outline.
Wait for it. Providing a character outline. So they're just going
Ah.
to script write or provide an outline, and she's going to remember. She's going to ask, do they need an outline? And you're going to have to listen very closely to what she answers.
So they can't
Reports.
even come and talk to you until they know like an outline of what
They
they want, or can they be like,
no, as in no. So sorry, we create those things. We
Yeah.
usually get like an introduction, and then we talk and absorb first,
Okay.
because usually they already have something. I don't think
So let's clarify. She said, so they need an outline? No, we make those things. And then they're talking about how someone has to come in with an idea and they pitch it to them, and they will make the documentation and everything for your game. In other words, from the moment you come to Sweet Baby Inc., guess who's making your game? They are.
Now you see that, folks? You heard that right? Was that a good recap?
Mic drop.
Oops.
Oops.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
So
Oopsie,
in
made a
other words, what they've just clarified is you don't even need an outline to come to them. You can come to them with an idea, which isn't a problem, but you come to them with an idea and they talk and absorb and they bait around the bush, and then they create the documentation for you. The outlines, the character outlines, and the script writing. They do it for you. In other words, you don't even need to be someone who has an outline of what you want to make. You can just come in and say, I want to make X game, and have no other thing except for, I like this character, I want that character, and they will make the game for you.
Sweet Baby Inc. does exactly what we have always said they do. Surprise,
Oops.
surprise.
Uh-oh. Maybe you shouldn't have gotten stoned and gone on a podcast and talked about it.
Okay, there's a lot for me to talk about, but if you want to visit that, I'll leave it in the description. Now we're gonna go over to another topic, okay? I swear to God. Seriously, I'm supposed to be playing Expedition 33. You know what? When I'm done with this, make another video and then I'm playing Expedition 33. This has crossed the line. Alyssa Mercante and her legal team are escalating their already evasive discovery demands and are now targeting my community directly. They are demanding information every current and former member of my Discord, a server I rarely even participate. What they are demanding includes Discord's IP, username, roles, past, presence, phone numbers, email address, billing address, and other addresses, IP address at account creation, last access, IPs, boost history, join and leave state. I fail to see how harvesting private address, contact info, and IP data for unrelated community members has anything to do with her alleged harassment claims. This is not narrowed, tailored. This is a fishing expedition. My lawyer Ron Coleman and I are pushing back as hard as the law allows them. Hopefully the judge recognizes this is for what it is, a gross overreach and an abuse of legal process. This case is already expensive and unnecessary waste of money, but dragging my community into it is completely out of bounds. Unfortunately, Alyssa Mercante has shown repeatedly that she has no boundaries when it comes to attacking others. From where she stands, I'm limited on what I'm allowed to say at this time, but feel obligated to keep everyone in the loop as much as I can. This is insanity. Video game journalist, Sweet Baby Inc., one of the few things that I talk about in my recap video in my first channel, they will never change, okay? Sweet Baby Inc. is from Canada, aka Montreal. And as long as Montreal, I don't want to say all of Montreal is left-leaning. I don't want to say it, unless of course if there's a new prime minister who is against the woke leftist mind virus, then the chances of Sweet Baby Inc. shuts down or facing layoff is slim, because they're not going to do it. Sweet Baby Inc. will not be shut down regardless how many money they lose, which I'm certain they didn't lose any money. Government keeps pouring them money after money. For Alyssa Mercante, I have no idea. Honestly, I'm done talking about her. Alyssa, what are you trying to do? You want all their addresses? Seriously, Alyssa Mercante, what's gonna happen if you, I don't know, suddenly finding or in this case, target someone who has, okay, how much, you know what, let me put it this way, okay? There are a lot of people who are in Smash JT's server, okay? How much you want to bet that one of those server has enough money, enough power, enough influence to bury Alyssa Mercante? Because the last thing Alyssa Mercante wants is to, I don't know, face another lawsuit by someone who has the money, the time, the resources to bury her and bury the case in a blink of an eye. Seriously, should you be celebrating Christmas? I mean, it's less than 10 days left and you're doing this instead of celebrating Christmas? What the? I don't want to know. So, to all my viewers, don't be like either Sweet Baby Inc. or Alyssa Mercante who just keeps doing this, and I'm gonna bet, I hope I'm wrong, Alyssa Mercante will continue to do this even during Christmas. Sweet Baby Inc., yeah, in my opinion, I think for Sweet Baby Inc., it will take just one wrong move from them, okay? One wrong move from Sweet Baby Inc. will force them to shut down for good, okay? Here's a quote from Modern Warfare Trilogy, okay? The OG. How quickly people forget that all it takes to change one course of history is the will of a single man. Sweet Baby Inc., all it's going to take, your one wrong move, and you're done. Kaput finito.
You're lucky. Looks like my summer vacation is over.